Good morning. Good morning. It is Sunday, November 10th. I got up today and I'd exported a session video overnight and it actually finished. Before I haven't even got to church yet. It finished, so it was much quicker than I was expecting. Yay. And I'm glad for that. Because I saw something on my phone. I'm like, that's a good point. It was all like, encouraging people, make sure you update Windows 7, whatever vulnerability thingy. And I'm like, I don't feel like my computer's been updated in a while. So I went and checked, and the system actually wasn't running. I had to actually troubleshoot to get the Windows updates to work. And I worked at a computer shop for several years. I know the importance of keeping your operating system up to date. Not necessarily always wanting to update the first day it comes out, but not letting it be more than a few weeks behind kind of thing. And I was really good at that for a long time. And then I moved. And there was all the chaos of moving and everything. And apparently that was the last time I thought about making sure to keep it up to date. Because updates were last installed on 11/28/17. That's bad. That's real bad. I'm glad everything's still holding together. Let's say yes, please install updates. Yes. Yes, driver updates too. That would probably be useful. So there's at least one batch of 18 updates gonna be put through. As I did work at a computer store, I'm very aware if you're very far behind, there are times where you will have to install updates in order for it to be able to see the next updates. So there may be more of it, but I'm like, oh, that's something I need to get done today. That's something I've been forgetting for too long. Whoops. Friendly reminder, make sure your computer is up to date. I was so good about it. I used to be so good about it. I can remember that, but I just literally hasn't crossed my mind since I moved. It's no longer in the room where I sleep. So all the habits of, checking for updates is shutting it off overnight and all that all broke. Because it never shuts off now. Anyways, we're taking care of it now. I'm going to get ready and head out to church. This freedom is healing right now. He is hope and joy and love and peace and life.
I can't do anything about their finance. They can give me some of it. I can't do anything about peace. They're going to have to go to Jesus for that. I can't help their relationships with their families, but I can offer them this. I can offer them real and meaningful friendship. That's honest, that's full of integrity, it's full of transparency. The people would know what's really happening on the inside of me. I believe the world is dying for it, looking for it. And the beautiful thing is that I believe that's what Jesus offered people. Do I have any relationship with people who aren't Christians? Do I have any involvement with them? Or is it just church world? Is it just Christians? See, Jesus didn't go for the Bible graduates of his day. Jesus reached out to a bunch of teenagers who had been passed over for Bible school. He says, I'll take those people. I'll take the normal people. Well, I went to Bible school. Sorry, guilty. Jesus wanted to build with people who weren't religious, people who had given up on God, people who had given up on church. Maybe you're looking for friends. I know so many Christians, one of the deep heart cries of Christians, so many Christians I know, I don't have any friends. Please don't raise your hand. Do not raise your hand. And you can't raise it for your spouse or your friend. But how many times have you said, I don't think I have any real friends? people all over this room, deep down you would say, I don't think I have any real friends, meaningful friends. And God has called you. God's called you to have those. Here's just a question just for you to consider. Maybe the deep, meaningful friend that God has for you isn't a Christian yet.
And today's message was about the need and desire for real friendships, and just about, how Jesus was not the kind of guy that was only willing to be friends with people from the synagogues, people that were all religious, that he was friends with the fishers and the tax collectors and the drunkards, and those were his friends. And just sort of the idea of breaking the mindset of just being, only trying to find friends within church. Which, says little to me. Most of my best friends are not from church, so. But still, it's definitely a message for a lot of people. And anyways, now headed up to Applebee's, meeting some family for a meal, I guess to celebrate my birthday. Whatever. I got to choose where we were going, so. So, theoretically, they're all here by now. We'll see. Hey there.
Where would you like to sit?
That seems like the best spot because there's no one there.
I didn't know if I should scoot in or what.
I don't really care. I just somewhere.
You're making a real big deal about the seating.
Yeah.
Before
She was doing it before you got here.
she's got to go to the restroom. So
Do you have to go to the restroom? Then get out and I'll sit where you are. And then that way I don't even have to get up when you come back. That seems like the easiest option. Yeah, everyone else got food. I got nothing.
Boy gets nothing.
Nothing for me. They decided to give me food after all. Yeah, I got dessert. That was a lot of fun. Hang out with family for like an hour and a half, just chatting. But I had to stop and get gas because I'll be driving a bunch Tuesday because I'm going to see Dad. And for the same reason, I am here at Walmart. Gotta get some golf balls for him because, whatever. It's what I get him for his birthday. And Christmas and Father's Day. And it's like hot. It's like in the mid to upper 60s today compared to a couple days ago where I had to start turning on the heat. I had to wear long pants today. I'm back in shorts and I have to put the AC back on. Whatever. Home now. And now being home, I look at the computer and there's another update ready to go. Let's keep them coming. Still not caught up. And oh look, another 6 updates. They just keep coming. And at last, at 5 o'clock, there are finally no important updates available. Or several rounds of that. But I'd forgotten for the last couple of years, so I got that taken care of now. Definitely useful to, just keep the computer working well and safe. And alright, spent about an hour, probably a little more. But I got things all ready for tomorrow's session and the end of the game. Not really ready for the end of the game, but I've started. The game ends with 2 major battles, or near the end. And I've started coming up with ideas for how one of those battles is going to exist. What kind of, what's going to happen, kind of thing. So, begun work towards the end of the game, because it's starting to finally head in that direction, I guess. Otherwise, probably should do some editing or such. And I've spent a couple hours editing. Vlogs, actually. And with what time it is, that's the end of that. I edited 3 vlogs. Got one up. It's 2 for the next couple of days, because I should be gaming with my buddies tomorrow, so I won't have time. Then I know I'm going to my dad's the next day, so I may not have time. So I wanted to be prepared, working towards that. So otherwise, it's like an hour till bedtime. So I'm gonna start unwinding, and I'm hungry at this point. Now I have a few of the rolls, the from last night, so I'm gonna heat them up, and instead of just throwing them in the microwave like I did with a couple this morning to make breakfast, because it kind of made them a little chewier than I want. I'm gonna heat them up in the oven again, which also means I'm preheating the oven. And I was like, and I'm just gonna have those with like, I'm not doing the whole thing like I did yesterday, but you know, like I got some peanut butter and maybe some honey, should be good, something like that. So just gonna make that, but I'm preheating the oven, and I'm like, while I'm doing that, I think I'm gonna actually cook. I got these vegetable mini egg rolls, so I might have these, or I might throw them away, but I'm gonna cook them and see. Now I got these not long after I moved in here. I got, you know, did the whole fryer thing. I got that, but they do not seem worth it. So much work to set up and use the fryer. And I like having it, and at some point I might do it to make like an actual recipe, but just to make a frozen thing, every time I have thought about doing it, I have decided not worth it. And these are about 10 months expired at this point, which is why I said I might just throw them away. But I'm going to try cooking them first. And in addition to the deep fryer instructions, there are also just oven instructions. So, once I get the biscuits out, I'm going to try cooking these and see what they turn out like. Because, you know what? I might as well. They're well expired. They're otherwise garbage. So I got my biscuits to start. And, so I got these egg rolls. And the egg rolls were just fine. Probably should have made them months ago, before they expired. But yeah, they turned out just fine in the oven. Whatever. I got them because I wanted to fry something, but eventually I just realized it's more work to fry things than it's probably worth. I'm sure at some point I will make something more of a recipe that'll be worth it, but when I'm just doing something frozen, why not just put it in the oven? Whatever. Anyways, it's getting late. I'm tired. I gotta work in the morning, so I'm gonna say thank you for joining me. Join me as my journey continues.